And tonight's presentation is going to be on the beautiful Hawaiian Islands, brought to you by our wonderful rep, Cindy Cunningham, who's with Outrigger Resorts and Hotels in the Hawaiian Islands. My name is Jamie Jones. I'm a travel advisor with Carey Travel Express. If you're not familiar with the agency, we're a full service family owned agency. We've been in business for 32 years excellence in travel. Before we get started, if you can please place yourself on mute, which I think everyone has. At the end of the presentation, Cindy will be open to questions, so please feel free to type questions in the chat box. By attending the seminar today or webinar, you'll be entered into a chance to win one of our 2 grand prizes. Those will be given away next week in the office. Our first prize is a wonderful 7-night Greek Islands cruise, compliments of Celestial Cruise Line. And then we're also giving away a great trip to Cancun, compliments of Apple Vacations, including round trip airfare, 3 nights at the brand new all-inclusive Dreams Vista Resort with transfers and taxes. Just a little bit more about Carey Travel Express. We are a full service agency. We are doing social distancing. We can meet you by Zoom. We can do phone conversations. We can talk to you about your potential vacations via email. We also do invite you to come into the office. We wear masks. We keep socially distanced. Now more than ever, as I'm sure you know, it's so important to use a travel advisor and during these trying times. So please feel free to contact Carey Travel Express at any time, and one of our agents will work with you to plan your next wonderful vacation. So now, without further ado, I would like to introduce Cindy Cunningham with Outrigger Resorts. Thanks, Cindy.
Thanks, Jamie. Aloha, everyone, and a very special mahalo, meaning thank you to Carey Travel Express for their expertise in selling the Hawaiian Islands. I'm Cindy Cunningham, who will be your Hawaii tour guide for today's exploration. For fun, I had to pull today's Hawaii forecast, and I especially like the second sentence, North Shore surf will be pumping next week. And of course, I had to pull our local forecast, mixed rain and snow, real feel, 33 degrees. I know where I would rather be. And the reason I mention that is because there's a lot of information out there about Hawaii, and I want y'all to know that we are open and we're ready for our tourists to come back. And I'll go through a few things as far as pre-travel guidelines with you here in a second. Want to share just a fun fact. We all know, or most of us know who have traveled to Hawaii, that there's certain islands we usually travel to, but there's over 100 islands in Hawaii, 8 major islands, 6 islands open to tourism. Oahu, Maui, Kauai, Hawaii Island, Lanai, and Molokai. And today we're going to cover 4 of those 6 islands, Oahu, Maui, Kauai, and Hawaii Island, also known as the Big Island. I want to express that Hawaii is open and we're on sale. The experts at Carey Travel Express will have all the package prices that you need and guide you through customizing your Hawaii dream vacation. Hawaii tends to be a special occasion destination. For those of us that do a lot of traveling, we don't look at it that way. We know Hawaii's easy destination to get to, so we look at it as a travel to Hawaii anytime destination. So before we take a look at some really nice pictures and share a little bit of aloha, wanted to share with you about our pre-test that's required. And it looks like a lot of words. Just to know that I just went through the process of doing the pre-test, stepping to our pre-test and so on. It's really simple. It looks more complicated than it is, and definitely worth doing so that you can travel to Hawaii. So very simply, and then all the experts at Carey Travel Express, they'll be able to go through all this with you. Just so you know, you've got to do a pre-test 72 hours before your departure time from your originating city to Hawaii. And then obviously you'll just have that same pre-test that you upload your results to on your phone to travel inter-island. Testing for Hawaii must be from a trusted testing travel partner. And at the very bottom, I put on here, trusted travel partner at home pretest, Vault. and it's vaulthealth.com. Again, Carrie Travel Agents will walk you through the process, but this is what I used, vaulthealth.com. They even put up a grid to tell you what day to take your test, depending on what day your flight is leaving. Very simple. Walk you through it. They send you the packet in the mail. You go right back on the same website and then schedule your appointment. Mine said a wait time was 15 minutes. I waited less than a minute. And you do a live Zoom, uh, your saliva test with through Zoom, through Vault Health, and you put it in packet, drive to UPS, ship it off. They get your test, and then all you do is you'll get your results back online and you upload it into your Safe Travels application for Hawaii. Easy peasy, guys. When you're in Hawaii, remember Hawaii is a destination where all the beaches are public, and they still ask people, of course, to wear their mask in public, face coverings. They have to be worn both indoors and outdoors. If social distancing isn't feasible with 6 feet of difference on the beach, just wear your mask to where you're going to sit down. You're not required to wear your mask once you're seated on the beach or while enjoying the ocean. So, a lot of things have changed in Hawaii from the get go, and they're going to continue to change. That's how it is. And it's a little bit different for each island. Carry Travel folks will go through that with you. And the mayor of Hawaii is going to continue to let each county and each island manage things, but it's easy. My whole team's in Hawaii right now, and they have had no problems traveling between islands. If you're traveling from Chicago, remember to talk to Carry Travel about. Say, let me back up a step. If you're traveling from Chicago and you're heading to Maui, talk to Carry Travel about taking their nonstop, United's nonstop flight. That's the flight that I'm taking, Chicago to Maui nonstop, super easy. Great plane on United Airlines. I've got a first class pod. So, bottom line is, is no better time to go to Hawaii. It's on sale. So, whether it's your first time to Hawaii or your repeat guest, please join us in Hawaii. First quarter is on sale. Great fares, a lot of lift. And then, of course, we have added value package prices. So whether you're going with your family, you want to take a honeymoon or a baby moon, destination wedding, take a look at Hawaii because it truly is a spectacular destination. You know, we love the weather in Hawaii, nearly year round perfect weather, including the temperature of the ocean. And now's a great time to go, of course, and put your toes in the sand. It's a great destination to be explored. So, yes, while things are different and you might read online and see that not all the tours are open, it's okay. You're not, it's still a fantastic destination to be traveling to any time of the year, even now. It's first quarter, whales are in. I mean, you don't even have to go out onto one of the whale watching boats. You can see the whales. If you were driving your car, like it's pictured here in the bottom left hand side in your convertible Mustang, you'll be able to see the whales right from your car. So, and Pearl Harbor, the top left picture is actually from Pearl Harbor. That's open. So there are things that are open. There's limited hours and so on. But again, it's our 50th state, easy to get around. We still have a lot of things that you can explore on your own or with the different tour guides, whether it's looking at the taro patches or snorkeling at Anaihumalo Bay on the Big Island with the turtles. Um, Volcanoes. I don't know if you've all seen it, but Kilauea, of course, again, is erupting. If you want to take a hike and go see the waterfalls on Kauai, you can do that as well. Each island is very diverse and is one of the reasons why Hawaii is such a huge repeat destination. I've been there. I've been selling Hawaii for 40 years, and I still haven't seen it. I've been to Hawaii over 100 times, still haven't seen everything. So whether you want to visit Parker Ranch or, again, hike, do whatever you want or as little as you want. That's what Hawaii is all about. And of course, Hawaii is known for their history and their culture and of course our aloha spirit, our people, and that our Hawaii aloha spirit can be found, of course, on all islands. If you want to hike and just relax because it's been a stressful year, You can do that. You want to just lay on the beach. If you want to go hiking or zip lining, horseback riding, maybe go ahead and take in one of our world-class spas, yoga retreats, wellness programs, know that all of this is available to you. We always come in as a top romanced destination to travel to. We even we love everybody coming to Hawaii, of course, but we do win a lot of rewards for being one of the top most romantic travel destinations. When people ask me why, I think part of the reason why is because Hawaii is so easy to explore, and you're going to hear me say over and over again that the beaches are public. And so while some of the tours may not be open, nothing can hold you back as far as getting in your rental car, going to the North Shore, the South Shore of any of the islands, simply pulling over in one of the many public parking areas and take a stroll on the beach. We've always been a family destination, and as to address whether you're a family or whether you're a couple, even honeymoon couple, know that whether you're looking for a hotel or a condo, villas, townhomes, we have it all in Hawaii. Under the Outrigger umbrella alone, I have over 16 different types of condominiums, homes, and villas located throughout all four major islands. If any of you watched the Century golf tournament this past weekend, that was shot up at Kapalua on the island of Maui. And Kapalua Villas falls under my category. And know that those are villas up to 3,000 square feet. And of course, for 8 people. So you have that opportunity to travel to the destination and have a choice of wonderful accommodations. We're going to head on out, quick inter island flight over to the Garden Island, the island of Kauai, known for, its lush tropical foliage. It is the oldest of our islands, nicknamed the Garden Island. 80% of the island is inaccessible by car. So let's go take a look at some of the things that Kauai has to offer. And I'm going to pull up here. If you see over here on the bottom right-hand side, Hui Airport, this is where you'll be flying into on the island of Kauai. Head on up the coastline. If you're going up the east side of Kauai, you're going to come to Wailua and Kapa'a, all the way up to the North Shore, Princeville. At the very top, Hanalei Bay, one of the most beautiful spots in the world. Come on back down. Again, you can drive this on your own, and it's just stunning. Come on down here. If you go south of Hui Airport, take 50 all the way down to 520, and you head on down to Poipu. And Poipu is the sunniest side of the island of Kauai. During this time of year, you'll be able to see the monk seals. Again, the whales are in Hawaii right now, all visible, of course, from the shoreline. So when you head further south, and then if you head further west up the coastline, you'll see that red line, and that's as far as you can go by car. Beautiful island, one to be explored. This is the island of Kauai. It's known for its lush, peaceful nature, the beaches, waterfalls, and of course, the famous coastline. Again, this is a wonderful destination. Bottom right-hand side, that is the Grand Canyon. Sorry, this is Waimea Canyon, the Grand Canyon of the South Pacific. Guests to Kauai are attracted to nature. They love to travel to escape the busyness of life. They prefer to relax and don't want to feel pressured to see all the sights. I call it day life on the island of Kauai because there's not a lot of nightlife going on here. So if you're there to party and at nighttime and so on, you're not going to find it here in Kauai. But there's a lot to enjoy by day. And here's another shot of Waimea Canyon, Grand Canyon of the South Pacific. You can also immerse yourself in Kauai's beauty, whether a helicopter ride, the river kayaking, and even on the right-hand side with mountain tubing. Onto the island of Oahu. Of course, this is your busiest island of the four major Hawaiian islands. You've got Diamond Head in the background. And then to the right-hand side, of course, world famous Waikiki Beach. Oahu still remains the most visited island of the major Hawaiian islands, nicknamed the Gathering Place, home to the capital city of Honolulu and world famous Waikiki Beach. When you fly into Oahu, you're going to come in here the south side of the island into Honolulu International Airport. Off to the right-hand side, within 20 minutes, you're right downtown Waikiki, and Waikiki is right here. And of course, this whole southern part of Oahu is also the sunniest part of the island. Off to the right, you come over to Kahala. And then if you go over here and up and over, you come up over to the left-hand side where you have the Ko'olina area. Now, here's another thing to keep in mind. Say you want to go over to Hawaii and say that you don't want to go neighbor island for whatever reason. Say you just want to do 7 nights. Bottom line is you can go into Oahu and stay a few nights downtown Waikiki. And then if you want to, you can go on over to the Ko'olina side. Or if I'm going to take my arrow and take you on up to the North Shore of Oahu. And if you're traveling through the first quarter of 2021, this is when all the surfing is very active, and the waves are high. World famous Sunset Beach, the Bonsai Pipeline, all of this is accessible to you. And here's Turtle Bay. So you could spend a few nights in Honolulu, right in Waikiki down here in the southern part of Oahu, head on up to the North Shore, spend a few nights up at Turtle Bay. So that's another option for you if you do not want to do island hopping, but if you want to get a totally different feel. Oahu's personality, energetic, beautiful, vibrant Waikiki, the North Shore, your surf culture, as we just talked about, um, arts and culture. Everything you want to find here is on the island of Oahu. This is where the Polynesian Cultural Center is located on the top right-hand side. This is Pearl Harbor, and like I mentioned, it is open. So I even checked today because things change all the time with what's going on. Pearl Harbor Museum, as well as Battleship Missouri, is open 4 days a week, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m., Wednesdays through Saturdays. So it is open. Guests on Oahu, they're going to be our active travelers. They're going to want to be highly engaged. They're going to relax by having fun, and determined to check off their to-do list, so to speak. So again, you can be as busy as you want to go out on a catamaran ride right off of Waikiki Beach. Surfing lessons are still available. Take in the North Shore, and I wanted to post some drive times so you understand just how easy it is to get around on the island of Oahu. Downtown Honolulu, from Honolulu Airport, quick 30 minutes. Polynesian Cultural Center, when it's open, is an hour outside of Waikiki. Turtle Bay Resort, Ko'olina is 1 hour. So again, easy peasy and a beautiful drive. I love Haleiwa, and this, I don't know if you've heard about the shave ice up on the North Shore. I love this sign. This speaks volumes. This is one of my favorite slides of all. I spent a lot of time up on the North Shore. So Haleiwa, shave ice, the sign on the left-hand side, the top right-hand picture. This is going to be the Bonsai Pipeline. Bottom left-hand side, this is the whole Haleiwa area. Again, this is Oahu's North Shore. So you can go from exciting Waikiki to the North Shore and get a totally different experience. And then on to Maui. Again, nice short flight, inter-island flight to the island of Maui, known for their beaches. You can even access the island Molokai via ferry. It's won many times, over 19 times, is one of the best islands by Condé Nast. When you fly into Maui, you're going to be flying into Kahului Airport, pictured here on the north side of Maui. And then what you're going to do, if you want to go down and follow my arrow here, you're going to go down, you can go past, stay in Kihei area. This is actually in this bay here. This is Ma'alea Harbor. And right now, this is where the whales love to be off of. This is where they come in during the beginning of the year to have their babies in this protective harbor called Ma'alea Bay. South here is Kihei, and then further on down is Wailea. And Wailea is known as the arid part of Maui. Very little rain. You can almost guarantee perfect weather when you're here in Wailea. Very upscale. This is where you're going to find the Grand Wailea Four Seasons as well. Some condos located in Wailea. So if you wanted to come down here and stay a couple days in Wailea, you can always get a different experience just by driving north. Come on up here. You've got famous Lahaina Town, just north of there, Ka'anapali, north of there, We talked about Kapalua. The Century Tournament was right here up here at Kapalua. So you've got a lot of choices. I've done that a couple times. I've come here. In fact, if I could have done my trip differently, I would have been at the golf tournament this past weekend. Spent a couple days up here at Kapalua, and then head on down to Wailea. So you can even do upcountry Maui. So there's a lot of choices here on the island of Maui, all very simple to explore. And depending on time of year, whatever you want to see, put that together, your custom trip together with Carrie Travel. Maui's personality, romantic, charming, small towns. It's a destination to be explored. You can land and walk the beach, hike. You can also be very adventurous, and there is nightlife here. So Maui is a combination of your day life and your nightlife. And many say Maui no ko'oi, Maui is the best. Our clients here on Maui, they want to, they're going to get in their car and they're going to, like I showed you, go on, head on down to Wailea or head on up to the North Shore. Again, Maui is an island to be explored as well. Whale watching, as I've mentioned, it's a game changer. A lot of fun. Whales are in right now, and then I'm hearing that they are seeing tons of whales. And just to give you an idea, whale watching season, they guarantee whales December 5th, starting December 15th. They'll go all the way through till April. We've got the Maui Ocean Center. People can go out snorkeling at Molokini. And then we go on to our big island of Hawaii. Also, and so this is also, we always call it the big island of Hawaii. It's also formerly known as Hawaii Island. It's twice as large as all the islands combined, known as the Big Island. It's our youngest island and most diverse. Now here we've got two major airports you'd fly in. Most folks go here onto the west side of Hawaii. Kona International Airport circled here. We also have another international airport here on the east side of Hawaii, and that's Hilo International Airport. So let's take a look at the west side of the Big Island. If you head on up the Kahala Coast, up and through here, this is about a 45-minute drive up to Hapuna Beach State Park. In through here where I'm circling now, this we call A Bay, Anahu'umalo Bay. Again, another free thing to do. So say you fly into Kona International Airport, you're going to stay up here on the Kahala Coast at one of the many spectacular places available to you, hotels, resorts, condos. You're going to find anything you want up here in the Kahala Coast. So, Anahu'umalo Bay, plenty of public parking. This is one of my favorite places to go and snorkel because year round you're going to find our green sea turtles and swim with them. You just put your snorkel gear on, or you don't even have to put your snorkel gear on. I go out there with my raft and I just swim with the turtles. So this is the Kahala Coast. Now, the reason I mention and point this out, and here's the Waikoloa area. Again, if you're traveling from the Midwest and you're going first quarter, we want to get out of the cold weather. Know that you can pretty much guarantee perfect weather up here along the Kahala Coast. Their average rainfall is 3 inches a year. So again, take a look at up here in the Waikoloa area, great place to vacation. If you head south, you're going to come into Kailua Kona, downtown Kona. Kona Historical Society Museum is right here. Kealakekua Bay State Historic Park is right in through here. I'm circling it for you. Kona Coffee History Farm, lots to do here in Kailua. And then as you head on down, you're on the Kona coast. So lots of choices here as well. Now, as far as Big Island of Hawaii is concerned, it's not like Maui, where Maui you're just going to see stretches and stretches of beaches everywhere along their west coastline. Here on the Big Island of Hawaii, you're going to have specific areas of beaches. And again, they're all public. So some of your best snorkeling beaches are here on Hawaii. If you go north, you do have Hapuna Beach State Park, gorgeous beach area, and other beaches along the way. This, of course, is where I'll point it out. In the middle of the island down here, you see Hawaii Volcanoes National Park. You got to go. You've got to go. And of course, this is where Kilauea is erupting as well. They're keeping the tourists away, though, guys, because people are going out to the volcano, the active volcano, to get their selfies in. So they're trying to keep the people backed away from the active volcano, if you will. But you can take a look at what's going on online with and talk to the folks at Carry Travel to get you all set up with the appropriate tours. Hawaii Island's personality, active volcanoes, stargazing, Hawaiian culture. It's at your pace. Again, not a lot of nightlife here on the Big Island of Hawaii. It's a destination to be explored. Oh, and some really great golf here on the Big Island. So whether you're tennis, spas, anything that fits your needs, we have it here on Hawaii Island as well. Love this shot. This top picture in the middle, that was when Kilauea erupted a few years back. So that's taken obviously from the ocean side, creating more land. So snorkeling, of course, golfing, hiking, everything's popular here on Hawaii Island. Wanted to just share some more unique places, our palaces. Kona Coffee is obviously very popular in Hawaii. Great gift to bring back. Make sure if you're traveling to Hawaii, bring back what you can, of course, in the Kona coffee and so on, because everybody here is going to be jealous that you were able to get out of here and go explore Hawaii. And this gives you another shot of Kilauea when it erupted before. These are not shots from the current eruption, but gives you an idea of what's going on with the volcanoes. It's a game changer. The whales, the volcanoes, being able to explore the stars through at Mauna Kea, all these things that you can't do at home, gives you an opportunity to be outside, explore, spend time with your family. So at this time, I'd just like to thank Carry Travel Express again for always being such strong supporters of the destination of Hawaii. And I'll turn it over to you.
Mahalo, Cindy. We really appreciate all of the fun, interesting information on the Hawaii Islands. So much to see and do. At this time, if any of our participants, any of our clients have any questions that they would like to ask Cindy, our expert, you can put those in the chat box and I will read them off to her. And there's got to be something. In the meantime, Cindy, I'm going to put you on the spot. What is your favorite activity when you travel over to the Hawaiian Islands?
Oh, that's fine. And you're not putting me on the spot. It depends on what time I'm traveling. And so I actually go to Hawaii on my own during whale watching season because I'm going over there for the whales. When we're in normal times, there's even the Chocolate Festival, Kona Festival, and of course, just to extend my stay extend my summer since I'm from the Midwest. Oftentimes I like to go in the fall because traditionally it's quieter, if you will, and it just makes our summer longer here. So, and when I go, I do like what they call fluming the ditch, riding your inner tubes down the old pineapple plantation canals. Whale watching is fun. Zip lining. I'm not a zip liner and I'm afraid of heights, but it's a blast over in Hawaii. Also, I always, when I'm in Waikiki, no matter what, even for meetings, I love to take one of the catamarans out at least once. Usually I go every day, jump on the catamaran ride off of Waikiki Beach. And they have it set up at different times of the day. You can do morning, you can do afternoon, you can even do sunset. So I change it up. Like when I first get there, I'm on Midwest time, so I'm up early. So I'll take a early morning catamaran ride out. And then as I adjust to the time difference, which right now, if any of you are wondering, the time difference right now between the Central Standard Time in Hawaii is only 4 hours. So once I'm there and I adjust to the travel time, I'll go for a sunset catamaran cruise off of Waikiki Beach.
Sounds wonderful. We'd love to get out of the Midwest right now. Okay, I have a question. First of all, are all the volcanoes in the Big Island?
Not all, well, it depends on when you're talking about dormant and non-dormant. There are actually 5 volcanoes in Hawaii. Currently, Kilauea on the Big Island of Hawaii is the one that is active.
Okay, all right. And then I have another question here about COVID testing. Is the COVID test taken prior to departure good for all inter-island flights for the duration of your trip?
Very good question. Yes, because what you're
Okay.
going to do in order to arrive into Hawaii, you're going to have to take your specific test. It's a specific test. It's a NAT test,
Yes.
a very specific test that has to be taken. And you guys will have that information. Carry Travel will have that information on what specific test you have to take. For traveling to Hawaii, you take it within 70, and you guys remember this, within 72 hours of your departure time. Okay, not the day of departure, but your departure time. It's very important. And yes, so then once you get your results, you get it via email. You just upload it to your Safe Travelers app. You're going to have to create an account. And like I said, Carry Travel will walk you through it. You have to create an account, if you will, for Hawaii tourism, and you'll have that. So you go online, you create your account. That's where you're going to upload your test results. And then all you do is show that as you travel through the islands.
Okay, great.
Yeah, it's nice
Thank
and
you.
simple. It sounds complicated, but because I just went through all of this and my team is there now, and they flew into Maui. So yeah, they flew into Maui, and then they went into Oahu. Now, if you fly into Oahu first, and say then you're going to Maui, you fly into Oahu, you obviously when you fly into Maui, they will want to see your results as well.
Sorry about that. How far out do you recommend booking a trip right now?
I would, if it were me, I would take advantage. If I could go tomorrow, I'd go.
Yeah.
The reason I say that is because we're in unprecedented times here, people. The pricing to Hawaii, I checked a couple weeks ago, so don't quote me on this, and the prices changed like the stock market. But when I looked out of Chicago, even just a couple weeks ago, to travel first quarter, I could fly nonstop Maui into Maui out of Honolulu. I was able to get. I was looking at air. No, that's not true. My flight personally was into Honolulu, into Maui out of Honolulu. When I looked at flights a couple weeks ago, in and out of Honolulu out of Chicago on the nonstop, it was only $650. And then on your land portion, like I said, we have land savings up to 35%. You're going to see package prices out there where you have room and breakfast. The prices are phenomenal. And to answer your question, I'd go in a heartbeat. It's always a good time to go. But again, there's some very, very good package prices out there during first quarter, which is normally peak season. And in normal times, your package prices are usually pretty steep in first quarter due to the airfares. But they are not now. So now's a good time to go. And also, just so everybody knows, it's kind of hard to speak with. Honestly, I'll call it pre-COVID times, if you will. I can't predict the future. So I'll speak to you as far as pre-COVID times. I can tell you that summer is pacing extremely well. And summer is usually peak season in Hawaii because of all the families traveling there.
Great call out. So if anyone is on the call and is interested in getting current pricing for a fabulous trip to Hawaii to include some of what we just saw with Cindy's presentation, please feel free to reach out to Carry Travel Express. We do have some travel week offers that are unique only to our travel agency. The phone number I put in the chat box, but again, it's 847-639-3300, or you could email your favorite preferred travel advisor here, or of course, we can always send an email to Neely she will get a travel advisor to assist you, or she herself will assist you. And that's Neely, Neelie, at carrytravelexpress.com. So mahalo again, Cindy. We really appreciate you being on the call with us. And thank you to everyone else for taking your time to join us.
Aloha, everyone. Looking to see you in Hawaii.
Aloha.
Aloha.
Aloha.